Honey, have you seen my keys? I'm Joseph. This is Input English. Today we have a story. We have a story about Robert and his new big problem. He can't find his keys. This story begins on a Saturday morning. Robert was getting ready for the activities of the day, but he couldn't find his house keys. Robert has a lot of keys. He's a busy guy and he has a lot of responsibility. So he has keys to his car and he has keys for his wife's car. These are not on the same key ring. They are separate so that they can be used separately. He also has his main key ring, and that has his house key and the keys to work. But it's not that simple, because in addition to his house key, he has a key to the mailbox, he has a key to a locked shed in the backyard, he has a couple of keys to padlocks that he uses from time to time, and then he's got some keys on that key ring that he can't really identify. He suspects that one of the keys that he has been carrying for years actually goes to a house that they no longer own. He also has a key that may be from a piece of luggage that he used to have. So admittedly, Robert carries around a pocket full of keys, some of which have no function. He's been meaning to take care of that, but it has not been a high enough priority for him. In addition to all these keys related to his household, he has keys for work, including the main key to get into the hardware store. He has a key for his locked drawer in the desk, and there's a locked cabinet for which he has a key. It is this main key ring that has gone missing. Robert has habits for handling his keys. He doesn't want to lose them. So his main key ring with all of these keys usually resides in his right front pocket. He's used to that sensation of that weight in the right front pocket. So if he were to leave the house without them, he would feel odd. He would be able to recognize that he's missing something. So on this Saturday morning, he's getting ready for the day's activities and he can't find his house keys. This is what prompted him to ask his wife, Kathy, if she had seen the keys. Now, certainly she has seen them, but that really wasn't what he was asking. What he was asking is, does she know where they are? But he asked that question by saying, have you seen my keys? Her answer was no. She didn't know where they were. Kathy asked, did you have an air tag on your keys? Robert said, no. What's that? This is an air tag. I have it in a fob, and it's on my key ring. And this is an electronic device. It has a chip in it, and my cell phone can attach to this electronically, wirelessly, and my cell phone can find this. So this is what Kathy was talking about. Kathy produced her key ring, and it had an AirTag on it. She also opened her cell phone and opened the app. With a couple of keystrokes, the app showed a screen, and it listed her keys, Kathy's keys. But under that listing, it said, no location found. Now, Kathy was quite surprised by that. She has an AirTag. It's on her keys. Her keys are in her hand, and yet her cell phone says no location found. She put her keys down and opened the browser. She did a search and asked how long the batteries are good for an AirTag. The response was about a year. She realized that the battery in her AirTag was probably at least 2 years old. That's why no location was found. This revelation that Kathy's method for safeguarding her keys was not perfect. It made Robert feel a little better about his situation. Well, this was a big deal because these keys were very important to Robert. So he started searching for them. He walked through the house surveying where they could be. He expected that they would be laying on a surface someplace and he would just pick them up. He didn't think this was going to be very difficult. He was thinking back to the last time he used them. When he came home from work on Friday night, he didn't need to use his keys because the house was already open. People were already home, and so the door was unlocked. Did he use the keys at work? He couldn't remember that he had. He was baffled. His walk through the house looking for them was not productive. He found nothing. He realized he was going to have to make a more in-depth search. He started in the bedroom. He tore the bedroom apart. He looked in places where the keys might have fallen between the furniture. He looked in all the drawers. Perhaps he had absent-mindedly put his keys in a drawer. He looked through the bathroom, again very thoroughly, and he found nothing. His search progressed through the household. He went all through the living room, all through the kitchen. He even looked in the freezer. He drove to the store and looked all through his office and all around the store and found nothing. He returned home believing that his keys were not at work. Throughout the day, he continued his systematic search of the house. He was fairly obsessed. The reason he was obsessed is because of the inconvenience of having to get duplicate keys for so many things. This was going to be a major inconvenience for him. This search continued periodically throughout the entire weekend, and by Sunday evening after dinner, he had resolved that his keys are lost and he had no way of retrieving them. He would simply have to get duplicates. He would simply have to replace his keyring. After dinner, Kathy asked Robert if he would take the garbage out. In their kitchen, they have a waste container into which they place kitchen waste, garbage. As this smaller garbage can gets full, then someone in the family needs to take that garbage, usually in a big plastic bag, out to the large garbage cans in the side yard. They have 2 garbage cans outside that collect the week's worth of garbage from the kitchen, but also waste from the office, for instance. Once a week, the garbage man comes and empties those cans. So when Kathy asked Robert to take out the garbage, what she was asking him was to remove all the garbage from the kitchen and take it out to the cans in this side yard. Robert was happy to do that, so he complied. He pulled up the edges of the bag so that he could tie the bag to make it a nice compact package. He didn't want to spill any garbage on the way out to the can. When he started to tie the top, he saw that there was a pencil sitting on top of the garbage in this container. He thought, what is that doing there? He picked up the pencil and put it on the kitchen counter. The container was right next to the counter. So he put it on the counter and he tied up the bag and walked out to the side yard to put this container of garbage into the garbage can. On his way out there, something in his mind clicked. He thought, if that pencil fell into the garbage, I wonder, perhaps my keys fell into the garbage. Maybe I am taking my own house keys out to the can so that tomorrow the garbage man will take my keys to the landfill. His mind raced. He thought, I wish I could x-ray this bag to see if there are any keys in it. Of course, Robert doesn't have an x-ray machine. He can't do that. For an instant, he thought, maybe I should take it to the veterinarian's office and see if the vet would x-ray the bag. He quickly dismissed this as silly. No veterinarian is going to want to x-ray his garbage. Having rejected that silly idea, he was faced with the need to go through that bag one piece at a time to make sure that he was not taking his keys to be sent to the landfill. In one last-ditch effort to avoid sorting through this bag, he grabbed it and shook it, hoping to hear his keys hitting each other and making a sound that he would recognize. No such sound came from the bag. So Robert carried the bag back into the house, put a new bag in the garbage container, and then one by one, he removed pieces from the garbage bag and transferred them into the new bag in the container. He was proving to himself that the bag he was about to take out to the can did not have his keys within it. When he finished, there were no keys. He tied the bag up and took it out to the cans. When he got there, he inspected the contents of the cans. There were 4 other bags. He really liked his theory that his keys might have fallen into this garbage container next to the kitchen counter. He thought that really had merit. And just because he didn't find his keys in the first bag did not mean that his keys were not in one of these other bags. But which one? He picked each bag up and shook it, and he couldn't hear his keys. One by one, he took each bag into the house, opened it up, and transferred every piece of garbage into a new bag, convincing himself that his keys were not in the bag. He went through 4 garbage bags. They contained things that he never wanted to see again. A lot of the contents were very sticky and wet. Some things smelled terrible. It was a very unpleasant experience. At the end of the 4th bag, he was getting close to the bottom, realizing that he was going to have to go through the 5th bag, realizing that perhaps he would do this entire process for nothing. He realized he may be on a fool's mission. He realized that he may be doing this all for nothing, but he continued. As he lifted one of the final pieces out of the 4th bag, he saw his keys. They were in the bottom of that bag. Of course, Robert was overjoyed. It worked. He was thrilled. He figured it out. He had a puzzle. It was driving him crazy. It basically ruined his weekend. He became so obsessed with finding his keys, but he figured it out. He found them. They were sticky and wet. They were very unpleasant to handle. He washed them off in the sink with soap and water and put them in the dish drainer to dry. He finished putting the garbage away and got everything in order. He walked to Kathy's office where she was working after dinner and told her that he had found his keys. "Oh, where were they?" she asked. He said, "In the garbage." They had fallen off the counter and were in the garbage. Kathy said, "I'm happy for you. Now, are you going to buy one of those air tags to attach to your keys?" Robert said, "No." Now, at this point, Kathy was rather surprised. She had witnessed that losing his keys had ruined his weekend, had created all this obsession and wasted time. She could not imagine why he would not buy an AirTag to prevent this in the future. So she asked, "Why not?" Robert said, "I already ordered it. It'll be here in 2 days." I invite comments below, and if you like videos like this, be sure to click on this one next. See you soon.